First and foremost, on behalf of my wife and my family, I would like to greet our newlyweds, Peter and Sarah, for the courage to take the plunge. I'm talking to some of the kids right now. They are not always ready to commit, and I'm recognizing the both of you for that courage. I would like to also greet the family of Peter, who came all the way from Australia. Of course, to Anne and Philip. In the Philippines, we have a endearing term for the parents of son-in-laws or daughter-in-laws, and it is called balae.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you are our balae.
But it pertains to the parents, the mother and the father of Sarah. But we are not.
We are not, but we are acting as the father and the mother.
Okay. Then I call you Balae. I bet you cannot even pronounce that.
Don't. When before you arrived, I was given a heads up by Peter that you will ask me after maybe 3 to 5 bottles of beer. You will be asking me difficult political questions. And he gave me a heads up. And I told to him, don't worry. Philip could ask me any questions because he is now part of the family. I would also like to greet the brothers and sisters of the cousins and the nephews and the nieces of Peter. I would like to especially recognize Craig, because I was informed by Sarah that at the time that she was still adjusting in Australia, first few months of her stay in Australia, it was Craig who gave her a job in his restaurant to make his website. So Craig, thank you for taking care of our dear Sarah. To the family of Sarah, of course, we have Kevin.
She's crying now.
And,
you lose. I'm not crying yet.
And of course, my family is here. Please, Sarah's family, please stand up to be recognized. Of course, my sister, my brother, and the mom of my sister-in-law, of course, my children and my nieces. We are actually a big family. But I didn't realize that Peter's family is bigger.
Considering
always say that.
they're all from Australia, how many hours of flight? I think the land trip is even longer than the.
I think
the flight.
Australia is nearer to Boracay than Manila. I would like also to recognize the friends of Sarah and Peter for coming over and being with her for in this special occasion of her wedding with Peter. Now we go to our message to Peter. Peter, may I request or order you as a general to love and take care of Sarah. She is a very sweet girl. She is like a daughter to me because Ria took care of her when her mom died in 1998. Her mom is very close to me and, of course, to Ria. I still remember when I was visiting Ria, Sarah was just maybe 2 to 3 years old. And when I visit Ria would stay long preparing making herself beautiful. And it was Sarah who is entertaining me. She's asking so many questions. She's offering me soft drinks, water. And I still remember the story of her mom when she was her first day in school. Her school is just around the corner. But she doesn't want to walk. She wants to ride the school bus. So her mom was complaining, why do I have to pay for the school bus when she could just walk around the corner? And she said that on her first day, she was waving goodbye because that's what she wants, to wave goodbye while riding on the bus. And then I realized, now that I've seen her grow up, how tough Sarah is. She knows what she wants, even at that young age of about 5 to 6 years old.
May I tell a story which is not in your script?
Okay.
No. Before she turned 6 or 5, going to school, I saw her, of course, as an infant. And she was a toddler. She couldn't even walk. She was crawling. But her mom taught her how to go down from the bed. And then one day, you'll just see her, she's inside the room. We're all in the living room. And you'd see her coming out of the room, just crawling, because she went out of the bed all by herself as a toddler. So she actually took care of herself, even as a toddler. So that's how independent Sarah was. And until now.
Actually, when her mom died in 1998, it was Ria who... Sarah was still a very young girl at the time.
No, me and my sisters.
And I remember that I could just think that she was thrust into at a young age, to a position of responsibility, taking care of
Kevin.
Philip, who was at the time still 5 to 6 years old. And when she went back to the Philippines, she stayed with our sisters, and it was really Ria who is disciplining her. And I'm always teasing Ria. So Ria, how's your firstborn?
Of course, I cried a lot.
She made her cry. Anyway, to Peter, please love and take care of Sarah. She's very dear to us. And our message to Sarah, support Peter in all his endeavors. Behind the success of a man is a good woman.
So, you're successful?
Yes. You always let Peter give him the decision to say what
make him think that?
what is necessary. But there is an art to that. You ask your Tita Ria the secret. Because I always think that I made the decision. But in hindsight, after a few minutes, I'm thinking, I think I was led to a decision to a situation that I have no choice but to make this decision. So there is an art to it. And but a man also wants that he is always the head of the family. We wish you both happiness, of course, children
My grandchildren.
and grandchildren, like Cam, the favorite. I would like to remind you that marriage is a commitment. There will always be ups and downs. It's not always the wedding day. There will always be fights, problems, issues in the future. Maybe 5 years, 7 years, 15 years, even 20 years, especially when the general is having a midlife crisis.
That's you.
Oh,
That's you. You mentioned.
So you will
General.
also have that. I don't know with Philip. So there will always be problems. But remember that marriage is a commitment. You have to learn how to compromise. And if there will be situations that you cannot bear it anymore,
Remember this wedding.
remember this wedding day. How
And
much?
why do you decided to get married?
Always remember this wedding day. Look at your photographs. You could see the photographs of your parents, very happy on your wedding day. And
Very
it will
happy relatives and friends.
and it will bring back the memories. And it will bring back the love for each other.
And Peter, I forgot to tell you, you chose to get married here in the Philippines, right? It was your choice. We have no divorce here. The only country perhaps in the world. We don't have divorce here. But I warned Sarah, I said, what? You can get married in Australia already. There's divorce there. But, okay, you decided it's a commitment forever.
Okay, Naya, is there anything else that you want to tell them?
About you? Oh, no.
About,
Okay, it's at our wedding.
any advice to them?
You know, there will be times that you will say to each other, I think I've had enough of you. Believe me, there were several times with your tito. But as I've said, you know, being together is really the solution to that. And you'll be happy if you did that. That's all
Peter?
for me.
Peter, that's my tip. That's a tip. Always let her have the last say. In ending, we thank you all guests who came over to be with Sarah and Peter. And may I take this opportunity to toast. Please take your glasses. First and foremost, may I offer a toast
Thank you. You get that one.
to Anne and Philip for raising a son, for raising a good son, Peter, and for giving Peter to Sarah and of course to us. Cheers.
Cheers.
I would also like to offer a toast to Ria, who acted as the mom of Sarah when her mom died in 1998. And
not a
last
wedding.
but not the least, may I offer a toast to the newlyweds, Sarah and Peter.
May you live
Live
happily
ever
ever
after.
after.
Health, wealth, children, and happiness. Thank you.
I think Oscar and Ria have summed up so much of what really is in our hearts for Peter and Sarah. And so, but I will add a little touch of some of the things that are important, have been important to us with Peter as he's grown. And in doing so, I just want to welcome you all and thank you for being here to give them so much support. And some of you may not know but Peter can do very good Donald Duck impressions. Peter has always been funny and mischievous. His sense of humour is infectious and has brought much joy to our family life. Being the youngest of the family, he's always managed to the system in his way, out of trouble, in style, with his infectious grin. Peter is dedicated in achieving his goals. His determination flows through into his work and play, especially highlighted on the basketball court. Peter never lets his own tribulations or foibles get in the way of others. He is considerate, emphatic, loves his family, his friends. He is a person who goes out of his way to accommodate, to help and support. All of us, family and friends, have benefited from his patience and loyalty. He has enriched our lives and is much loved and cherished by us all. And I think Philip would like to say a few words and add to that.
Well, it's a hard act to follow, but anyway, I'll do my best. It's really to dear family and friends, and I thought about that phrase for a bit, and yeah, that includes everyone. So as Peter's father, it's wonderful to witness the start of his new life with his beautiful and charming wife, Sarah. I'm very grateful for the generous welcome given by Oscar and Ria and their extended family to the strangers from down under. I am particularly struck by the similarity of values that both families share, and which make it so easy to form enduring friendships. I've always been impressed by Sarah's beauty and charm, and also by her not so obvious gift of having a strong determination. I believe Peter is also extremely determined, which could be the cause of a clash, except for the long practiced art of compromise, which they both share and practice. Those of us already happily married know how essential this is. And so, with the way clear ahead for two determined and committed people, there is no way either of them can fail. So I give you Peter and Sarah and their extended families. Thank you.
Okay. We met in radio. For those who don't know, Sarah used to be a radio DJ. That's why she has a lovely voice as well. We met in a sister station party where we were not drinking alcohol, Tita. We were so behaved, Tita. We were praying. No, we were praying the rosary. But then, since then we were like sisters, praying together like a family. And then, so we've always been close. You know, she has always had that laugh. And she's always been, oh my God. I hate this anyway. Yeah, we became close right away. She has always been that ball of energy. Always smiling, always happy, always something to laugh about. And I think that's why I like being with her as well. And then years later, I met Peter. I remembered, I don't know if you remember this, it was at BGC, and he just had a facial, so he was pretty shy.
Put it down there, yeah.
Sorry, I had to say that to make you all laugh, so I won't cry. But it's true though. Okay, so he had a, he was really shy at the time, but I don't know what happened to the shyness now. But, and then he's tall, he's sweet, he was kind, and Peter still has to pay me for saying those words about him. But in reality, he has always been so caring to Sarah, even the first day that I met him. And it seems like Peter became the source of Sarah's happiness. There have been many crazy stories about the two, like how just immediately Peter had to move back to Australia. And Sarah was telling us this, that it was just they were in a department store where they just decided, let's just go to Australia together. Or even that story about Peter coming home from a prayer meeting at 5 a.m. from working so hard. He wasn't drunk, or no. He wasn't drunk at all. But he came home really late or early in the morning, and at the same time, though he passed out by the door, he had flowers for Sarah, just so that she wouldn't get pissed or get mad. I know a lot of things, Peter, I'm sorry. And, you know, basically, that's what love is. Not about going home at 5 a.m. after a prayer meeting, but it's all about acceptance and also about compromising, making sure that the person you're with is happy. Love is about being two individuals and working as one team. And that I saw with Sarah and Peter. Such a long speech. What was I thinking? Okay. Sorry. Okay. Love is, and also with Peter and Sarah, this is what they showed me, and I think everyone can see this as well and agree with me, that love is also taking that leap. Just like how they showed in Landmark in the department store, just deciding instantly to just take that courage and jump to the unknown and take risks, as long as you know that there's strength when they're together. When you're focused on the other person and making that person happy, or when your non-negotiable becomes the person and everything else will be made to follow. And that is why the love that they have is just beautiful. And I would, just to quote, when I was researching this morning about what is there to say about love, this ancient philosopher said, of course we all know Lao Tzu, being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. And I think we can all see that from Sarah and Peter. So to end this really long speech that feels like it's forever, to Peter and Sarah, the best thing to hold on is, in your new life, of course, being husband and wife, is each other. Have a great life together as one, of course, in love, in trust, in courage, and in respect, and maybe sometimes with a little alcohol. So with that, maybe we can raise our glasses. And thank you, dear. And we'd like to congratulate the newlyweds. And here's to more laughter, more joys, and more crazy stuff with a crazy bunch. So cheers to everybody. Cheers to Peter and Sarah. Thank you.
I think it's fair to say that his waistcoats are fairly tight. Thanks for that, Peter. Might lose a button tonight, but anyway. I'm going to keep it short and sweet because I'm not a man of short words and small speeches. But originally I had a speech prepared where I was going to tell a few funny stories about Peter's immense fear of sharks and Sarah's love for sharing my popcorn every time we went to the cinema, even when I didn't offer it. But I changed my mind when I witnessed a moment a couple of days ago when I caught up with Peter and Sarah at a bar in Boracay. We were down at the beach having a couple of drinks, and I noticed how they were not just a couple anymore. Yeah. Where's those tissues? They were not just a couple more. They were, they'd actually become one and the same person. I saw love, tenderness, and awe in both in their eyes. And I also saw how their love had reached a height that is greater than any other time that I've known them. Peter and I have been friends for over 7 years now. We both started at the same company together. We instantly became friends. Within a couple of years, Peter took a job in Manila. I was quite sad that he was leaving and not seeing him for quite a while, but I knew that it was the right thing to do and it was an amazing chance and he shouldn't have let that one go. About a year and a half later, he gave me a quick call and he said that he's going to come back to Australia and that he's going to bring a beautiful girl whom he was quite attracted to back to Australia as well. Within about a month, they both arrived in Australia and I instantly forged a friendship with Sarah. So 4 years later, I'm glad to say that we're still strong friends, even though there's been a few times that I'm sure that Sarah may have wanted to throw Peter and myself over the balcony of your beautiful apartment in Melbourne. Mainly Peter's fault, not my fault. But besides that, Sarah is an amazing human being. She's caring, she's loyal, she thinks of others before herself. Her outlook on life is so inspiring that it inspires those around us. My friend Peter is someone who I now consider as my brother. He has countless attributes that any man would be lucky to have, but his truth, honesty, and heartfelt passion for those he loves is the greatest I've ever seen. His ambition, loving and wise, but the wisest choice he's ever made was to ask Sarah to marry him. I'd like to say thank you, that the love that you both have given to me from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for your friendship. It is a gift that I can never repay you for. I want to congratulate you both on your wedding day. I love you so much. I'd like to raise a toast. Where's those tissues? That's all right. I'll suffer it. I'd love to raise a toast to the bride and groom on your special day. May you have many more. And I love you very much. Cheers.